Nick Vujicic was born in 1982 in Australia. Although he was an otherwise healthy baby, Nick was born without arms or legs. Over the years, people would ask Nick what happened to him and how he overcame those challenges. Nick's reply was always he worked hard to change his obstacles into opportunities. Nick's lack of limbs made him a target for school bullies, and he fell into a severe depression at a really young age. No matter how many hugs or words of love and encouragement Nick received from his parents could not change the reality that Nick was very different. Every day, Nick faced the lies of discouragement that told him, Nick, you're not good enough. Nick, you're never going to get a job. You won't get married. You'll never be able to hold your wife's hand. What kind of father would you be when you can't even pick up your kids when they cry? Nick, just give up. These words had power, and our greatest enemy is sometimes the lies that we tell ourselves. Daily, Nick had to fight the idea. Sure, your parents might love you. Their hugs can't heal you. So at age 8, Nick tried to commit suicide because he had no hope. Then again, at age 10, he tried to drown himself in 6 inches of water. The first 2 times he rolled over to squeeze the air out of his lungs. Then he rolled over a 3rd time, wanting to escape the bullying, knowing that he was a burden to his parents, lacking anything to look forward to. In that moment, Nick realized if he actually went through with killing himself, he would leave a greater burden for his parents than they already had. There's one thing more burdensome than a child without limbs. That is, a child without limbs that gives up. An image of his parents and brother crying over his grave flashed through Nick's mind. That one thought saved him. If Nick's parents never told him he was beautiful just the way he was, and that they loved him, he would not be alive today. As Nick grew older, the message of hope and love that he received from his parents carried him through many difficult challenges. Over time, Nick's faith grew. Yet Nick still wished for a chance to meet someone just like himself. It just never happened. But that did not stop Nick from praying for a miracle. However, he also realized that God could use him just the way he was. If God was not going to change his circumstances, then God could use him to be a miracle to somebody else. Nick spent the next years of his life searching to answer the question, who am I and what is my purpose? After traveling the world and sharing his story of hope, at the age of 24, Nick came across a little boy in California who had no arms and no legs that were just like him. Nick knew this little boy would be bullied, go through depression, and feel all alone. And in that moment, Nick had the realization that he was finally going to be that miracle for someone else. So, what challenges are you facing today? We're all born with pain and face difficulties, but we all have a choice. To be angry for what we don't have, or to be thankful for what we do have. How you live your life will reflect your reaction to this idea. If you haven't yet received your miracle and you move beyond yourself to be a miracle for someone else, like Nick, maybe you can bring hope to others that are facing challenges right where you are today.